Hello and welcome to February's headlines video for the St. Louis Special School District Parent Advisory Council. I am glad to see you here. So we had a good meeting on February 11th, and our topic was extended school year. So we talked about how children get selected for extended school year. We talked about how it's different than summer school. There are some slides that I will share on our website that were presented that will walk you through all of the details of the topics that I'm hitting at a real high level here. So we talked about how it's different than summer school, and how they are changing when notifications come out so that parents should know earlier in the school year when when their services might be, those types of things, to help ease the planning that all of us go through here in February as we try to figure out what kind of summer programs and camps and everything that we are going to sign our kids up for. So one of the things that they have done in the past is send out a survey for the parents of children who have completed ESY, like a satisfaction survey. And we identified that they were not talking to any of the parents who declined to send their children to ESY. And that's an important subset of the population to understand why parents are choosing not to utilize the ESY that their child has been approved for. And we are interested in getting that data back. So they are going to be sending out a second survey to that population of parents. So I am a data girl, and so I'm going to be really interested in seeing what that looks like when it comes back. So let's see. Mostly that was it. You can see the timelines and everything that they're proposing, the changes in the slides that are on our website. So if you go to the, not this month's draft documents, but previous agendas, minutes, and presentations, that folder, you'll be able to find the slides if you're interested in that. And if you've got any questions, shoot them over and we will get them to Mary Ann, who presented that. The other thing that was talked about at length was a legislative update. There's a lot of things that are moving and shaking in Jefferson City. So a couple of the bills that were, at least we were informed of, was Senate Bill 649 and Senate Bill 603. Those both have to do with expanding charter schools, that you could attend a charter school regardless of where you live, and it would set up a different accountability process than public schools, and that they could fail for 8 years before they would lose their accreditation. So Senate Bill 581 deals with a voucher tax credit, meaning that individuals could make a donation to a fund and that would pay for the student to attend any school they want. I believe this is going to be like the 529 plan that a lot of us know about for saving for college for our kids. But then the individual would then get a tax credit in that equal amount, a decrease in tax revenue. They're estimating would be about 350 million decrease in state revenue over 10 years. Then there's also House Bill 1710 and Joint Resolution 77. Both of those would limit an annual increase in property taxes, which again goes into funding, goes into the formula of how much money is spent on education. And then House Bill 1568 has to do with seclusion, restraint, and isolation. And the nice thing about this is it's very similar to the SSD policy in that it is more protective of the child than current state law. So I can't tell you how I feel about any of these bills, but if you have feelings about any of these, there is a link to some notes that I took a couple of years ago. We had a presentation from Education Plus, and it was one of their lobbyists. So they came and gave us some information about how to reach out to your elected officials and share your opinion about things. So I am happy to share those notes that I saved for my own self and have used frequently over the years in between. But if you have feelings about any of these, which I've listed all of them out in the show notes, so make sure you click through to YouTube depending on where you are watching this, and you can find that in the description below. So yeah, all the information is there. If you're interested in speaking to any of your elected officials about that, you should take a look at the presentation from Education Plus, and it has some good templates for emails and phone calls. So that was pretty much what it was. We were expecting some bad weather, so we cruised through things pretty quickly last week. Oh, I will say that there is no meeting in March, and we polled the members who were present about doing an informal happy hour. So we are going to be meeting on March 11th, which is the normal day that we would meet. But we are going to be meeting at J. Gilbert's. It's a steakhouse in West County Mall, so right at Manchester and 270. It's in the little outside restaurant plaza close to Barnes & Noble. So please come and have an appetizer or dinner and a drink of your choice. There is no funding for this though, so it is a bring your own wallet event, but it's a casual opportunity for us to just sit and chat and get to know each other a little bit better. So I am excited for that. We did for the first time last year, and there were like 4 people who showed up, but it was a lovely evening and I got to know people much better than I had before. So it was definitely time well spent. So please come on out. I am probably going to have just a quick little sign up for it so that I can get a sense of how many people are going to come and if I need to make reservations. So if you would, I will make that decision before I post this. So look down in the description. If there is a link, please click it and let me know if you are planning on coming so that I can have a seat warm and ready for you. So that means that our next actual meeting is April 8th. And off the top of my head, I can't remember what we're going to talk about in April because that's a long time away. But April 8th is going to be our next meeting, and I hope to see you there. We will be taking nominations for our executive committee. And if you remember from January and my January update, we are currently down an executive committee member. We're down several actually, but our corresponding secretary had to step back from her involvement due to some family issues. So if you are interested in helping us keep an eye on the email account and just sending out the occasional thank you to our guest speakers and those types of things, please let us know. We could use the help on an interim basis until next school year. And then it would be a great way for you to get a sense of how our executive committee is run. So that you could see if you wanted to actually run for the office for a full school year for next year. So yeah, we'll be taking nominations in April and then voting in May. So we only have 2 more meetings left of the school year, which doesn't seem possible, but it is. All right, I will talk to you later. Bye.